What's up guys, it's CB's here, and I'm going to be going over some Summer Challenger Series Open Qualifiers, just go over the rosters for the teams, who I think is going to win, so on and so forth. And to start off, I'm going to go off with the teams that have players I know, and then we'll go from there. We'll go into op.gg, type in some of their names, look at some of their stuff, and then make an educated guess on who would win from here. So we're going to start off with Frank Fang Gaming here. Got some pretty notable people here.
Sound muted.
With Short Ace, Poppers OP, 3 Brandini, and I'm pretty sure their bot lane is Impactful and Body Drop. So they get the bye though, so that's a team to watch out for in the future here. The next two teams here, we have Team Sky and Mentality Gaming. Mentality's been around for a little while. They have someone I know here, T-Sum. He was on Tabula Rasa when I worked for them. Cake Lord and Jack Sparrow were both on older versions of the roster, so I've seen them play scrims and things like that. And then Team Sky has my boy Linsanity on it, who is a monster. They also have Scout It, who I also think is a very good player, so I think just out of past performances and because I think Linsanity could 1v9 this team, Team Sky is going to make it forward, because I think Linsanity is actually probably NACS level 100%. So that's somebody I would be watching out for, especially coming up into this bigger series here. But then I would take Team Sky versus Frank Fang. Unfortunately, I would say Frank Fang is going to take that. Their bot lane's pretty experienced. Short Ace, pretty experienced. Popper's OP, young, talented mid laner. And Brandini, pretty, got some experience under his belt. Blue Milk, don't know the roster, don't know the gaming, whatever. So the Monkeys versus Flashpoint here. Go over the Monkeys lineup. It's RF Legendary in the top lane, Grenge and Smooshy Cakes in the jungle with Demonte in mid lane, and Maple Street and Papa Chow bottom. So they have 2 junglers on here. Grenge, really talented, has been for years. Smooshy Cakes, 16 years old, I believe. He might be 17. Pretty talented. RF already made LCS once. Maple made LCS several times. Demonte, someone I will watch out for. Very skilled mid laner. And then Flashpoint, I don't really know anyone on their roster besides LL Stylish. I've seen him around. So I'm going to say Monkeys take that series pretty handily. And then they would beat whoever wins between Blue Milk and the gaming. I can't even see what their name is all the way. Unfortunate. But then I think they would the Monkeys would beat Frank Fang. Then we go down to Avalanche here. Drama the other day about Demonte leaving to the Monkeys, just one bracket above them. Got Alarum, Harry Abs. Their mid laner is Easy, I believe. I don't know who their sub is. I can't tell whose name that is. It's pretty long, efficient. I can't tell. And then their bot lane is Deathly and Fire. Pretty. That's like the unknown factor in Avalanche is their bot lane. Alarm's pretty decent. Was a Wukong one trick for a long time, but has branched out and is a decent top laner. Zeriab's very good. Easy was the best part of Galactic Gamers, which was a LAN LCS team, and they made it to the quarterfinals, and then he left the team and they lost, which was kind of expected. So I think Easy's really good. Been around for a decent amount of time. And then Blue Milk, bunch of no-name players, not to like be offensive or anything, so I'm going to give that to Avalanche there. Team Blaze, don't know anybody. That's It Gaming, scrimmed them several times. Doom Turbo, Max Turbo, pretty troll, but they are pretty decent. Arbok is a DCG Cobra, who's not a Cassiopeia 1 trick, by the way. But, just going off of this, I'll look into Team Blaze. I'm not going to determine that series yet. We'll come back to it. Maryville versus Wildcard Esports. Maryville 100% is going to win. They got Saskia played off-roll, and the only unknown factor on this team is Chody Walrus. They got Saskia top lane, who he played with Imagine or Vortex, I forget. I think it's Vortex. He played with Vortex, and he played off-roll. He played support for them. But I actually know someone who went to school with him. I've played normals and things like that with him in the past. He's a really good player. Then their mid lane is Cat God. Cat God's been around for a long time. Tried to do some coaching in between, I believe. Pretty good player. That roster should have no trouble with Wildcard Esports here, which again, no offense to these players, bunch of no-names compared to Maryville, who's also probably being backed by coaching staff, by the school, etc. Zenith Esports versus Toviri. Toviri, bunch of no-name players here. Versus Zenith. Zenith is, this is the red team. I don't think they have a black team anymore. They did before. But, they got some pretty good players on here. They got Andy Bendy, BMX Rex, Blaze Olive. And then I'm not sure who they're going to use as support. If they use Lol Pally, they'll probably do fine. He's a really good player, just might be a little jaded. But besides that, I think they should win. Then they'd go on to play Maryville. I think Maryville would win. And then we'll have to come back to this series later to see who they would play. But I'm going to assume it would be Avalanche, because I think Avalanche will beat Blue Milk. And then I think Avalanche would beat that. So then I think Maryville would beat Avalanche, which means for this side of the bracket, the semifinals would be the Monkeys versus Maryville, and I think the Monkeys would take it just from experience, I'm guessing. So then that puts the Monkeys into the finals, and Maryville possibly into the third place. Then we're going to go to the other side of the bracket here, which is pretty one-sided. This team, Welcome to Heaven. It's the only notable player on that team. Jungler, likes to play Rengar and things like that. Both of these teams are pretty somewhat known orgs. Sane, they had Prototype Black before, who was probably their best player. Don't think they are very good right now, but same could be safe for Supernova. They're not very good, so I'm going to say Sane will take that. And they'll probably lose the team checkpoint, because I think Heaven's pretty good. Then we'll go down to Underdog Esports. Don't know these players. Distortion, Tuesday Chickens, really good. Wildfire, really good. They played in the Serpentis tournament. They were a pretty good team. They made it to the semifinals. So I'm going to give the edge to Distortion there. Event Horizon versus the second Blue Milk team. I'm going to give the edge to Event Horizon. JJ's pretty good jungler, while Wang kind of trolly person, but is somewhat known. Blue Milk doesn't really have anybody. The only one I know is the Chicken Nuggers guy, who people say, how does he get that name, blah blah blah. Not like this versus Cloud9. Cloud9's gonna win this whole bracket. Like, I can say that confidently, pretty sure. Not like this. They unfortunately don't really have a chance. Depending on the people I'm going to watch out for on the Cloud9 roster is if Licorice gets any playtime, Morning gets any playtime. But with people like, they might just try and do something like high mid, Balls top, Lemon, Altec, because Tangerine is Altec. They might try and do Balls, Rush, high, Lemon Altec. They might try and do Licorice, Morning, high, Lemon Altec. They might try and do Solo, Think Card, because that's who TSS is, a Think Card. So they have a very in-depth playbook with the amount of players they have, and they should, with the experience of high, Balls, Lemon, and Rush, should destroy anybody in this. If not, it is pretty embarrassing. I don't know any of the players here, so we'll come back. Don't know any of the players there. Don't know any of the players there. Okay, so then Winter Fox versus Korean players. Winter Fox has Mysterious, Aphrodis, Arc Second, Indivisible. I think Winter Fox is going to win because the only thing is some of their players are jaded after trying to get into Challenger Series LCS for so long that it just might not work out. But from the experience, I would give it to them. I mean, two people to watch out for are definitely going to be Viper and Kitsio on this team. But I would still give the edge to Winter Fox. So now we're going to go back and go over Blue Milk. So we'll go to, and we'll type in will win. And then, let's see, who else is on? Will win, Dinosaurs, Diamond Dave is a bad one. Okay, so we're gonna go with, this is the roster they're playing with. Will Win looks to be the AD carry player. Are they playing Mordecai? Interesting. Let's see here. Okay, so they're playing Renekton Jungle with Teleport. So that's just, they're not taking this practice. I'm doing some hyphens here. They're not taking their practice very seriously, as you could tell right off the bat here. No, they're all Diamond 2 to Diamond 1. And I'll go here and we'll type in duplicate, and we'll type in MLAC. Diamond 1 player. Who else is on here? Virtual Crown King, Pathetic. Okay, that's one of the players. Crown King. So, this matchup is going to be kind of Clown Fiesta-ish. They're all Diamond 1 players so far. Blue Milk is the better known organization. So we'll go ahead and just double check. Yeah, we're just going to go ahead and say Blue Milk with their organization will have better coaching staff here and will come out with the victory there. But they will ultimately lose to the Monkeys, of course, because the Monkeys are going to be going to the finals to play Cloud9, and I think Cloud9 will take that match there. But let's see, what else did we have here that we wanted to check on. Flashpoint. Omar God, kinda know of him. It was Team Blaze versus That's It. Probably gonna say That's It. Even without looking it up, just thinking about it more, That's It will win there, but then lose to Maryville. So we'll go over this again. Frank Fang versus Team Sky. Like I said, Linsanity should carry this series 1v9. And they'll lose to Frank Fang because Poppers is probably similar level to Linsanity. Their bot lane will be the biggest advantage there. Then we'll have Blue Milk beating whatever that team name is. I can't see, it's too long. Versus the Monkeys. The Monkeys will win. Then the Monkeys will beat Frank Fang and make it to the semifinals. Then we'll go down to this Avalanche versus Blue Milk. We'll say Avalanche will win. Team Blaze versus That's It. We'll say That's It will win. We'll say Avalanche will beat That's It. Then we got Wildcard versus Maryville. Maryville will win. Zenith versus Toviri. We'll say Zenith will win. Then we'll say Maryville will beat Zenith. And then it'll be in the semifinals, Avalanche versus Maryville. And then we'll say Maryville will win to play the Monkeys in the semifinals. And the Monkeys will win to make it to the finals. Now over here, Team Checkpoint got the bye. We say Sane Esports are going to win. So then Sane Esports versus Team Checkpoint. Team Checkpoints will win, making to the semifinals. Going down here, we got Underdog Esports versus Distortion. Like I was saying, Distortion have been together for a little while, played in Serpentis tournaments, so I will say Distortion will win there. Then we got Event Horizon versus Blue Milk. We'll say Event Horizon will win, JJ, Wild Wangs, like I said before. So then it would be Distortion versus Event Horizon. I'll say Distortion will win, so Distortion will play Team Checkpoint in the semifinal or in the quarterfinals. Then we got Cloud9 beating Not Like This, and then we got an unknown here. So we'll look that up. That is Gritty. Let's look up Mr. Gritty. Diamond 1 player. Airtum. Already you could tell that these players aren't practicing unless they're doing scrims, which for the most part it'd be somewhat difficult to find scrims for teams like this, I think. Not the hardest, but it would be somewhat difficult. Airtom. Jesus. Master player. Mid lane jungler looks like. But it doesn't really matter because they won't. Either team that wins here, now that I think about it, will not be Cloud9. So it's not even worth looking into, in my opinion. Cloud9 will make it to the quarterfinals here. Then we got Team Ascension versus Alpha and Blank versus... I'll say Team Ascension's going to win here just by looking at the roster. Some more known players than... And they have a roster diversity, so that's possibly a good or a bad factor. Then we got Winter Fox versus Korean players, and like I said, I'll give the edge to Winter Fox, and I'll say Winter Fox will win, but then Winter Fox will lose to Cloud9, and Cloud9 will play Distortion in the quarterfinals, and Cloud9 will win to play the Monkeys in the finals, with the third place being undetermined. So, just by that, I think Cloud9 with this roster should destroy. Some teams to watch out for, like I was saying, Team Sky, my boy Insanity. Got the Monkeys to watch out for with a bunch of LCS players and other relatively known talents. Got Avalanche Esports with Harry Ebbs, Easy, and Alorum. Got Maryville with Maria, Prototype Black, Saskio, and Cat God. Got Zenith Esports to watch out for. And on this side, the only teams I would really watch out for are Winter Fox and Cloud9. Everybody else is not really a big factor. And we'll come back in after a couple weeks, see how this went, and we'll see if my predictions were right. If you guys liked the video, please leave a like and subscribe. And follow me on Twitter at cbeast135. And go to my blog, check out all the different posts I will be doing and have done in the past. Link will be in the description. Thanks so much for watching, and goodbye.